Bad going to worse. Here's how it happens a whole lot of the time. Right off the get-go, I'm going to talk about this more from a day trading perspective. However, the general philosophy, the general idea does apply no matter what your strategy is. So I don't want you to think you hear the word day trade and, oh, this is totally irrelevant. No. I'm just going to use day trading and my experience with it to illustrate a bigger factor. But now, if you are a day trader or you want to be a day trader, you better pay attention very quickly because, yeah, this is how things truly go from bad to worse. And it makes sense when you stop and think about it and when you understand the context of the market itself. So what I want to do here is just kind of illustrate, a timeline here. And this timeline is just represented, the course of a day. So for those of you in the Eastern time zone, that would be 9:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Like I said, Eastern Standard Time. So that's what this line is representing. Within this, though, you have, kind of the zone here. I'm going to call prime. And I'm not going to assign times to this because, it varies slightly. But just understand that right at the get-go, the opening morning session, that's where the majority of the volume happens. That's where a whole lot of volatility takes place. And then all of a sudden from there, you have, that ends and you have more so the afternoon. And then right here, you basically have, we'll just call it 30 for the final 30 minutes. And what happens a lot of times, well, let me take a step back. Afternoon, yeah, I'm not saying, because like I said, none of this is like a written in concrete type of rules, but in a general sense, afternoon, things slow down, things get choppy, volume just taper. It just gets a little weirder. It's not quite as fluid. It's not quite as liquid as that during that prime time, right out of the opening gates, portion of the day. So what happens a lot, and like I said, this is me speaking from experience, so this is not like I'm judging or anything like that, is sometimes, a loss is going to happen. And losses will happen whether you're a professional. I mean, losses happen to everybody, so let's get that up. But really, the underlying context is, how do you feel about it? Meaning, I broke those rules. And you get upset. I should have done that, but I did that. What was I thinking? That made no sense within the context of and you're upset. You're frustrated. Or you can feel kind of, all right, hey, you know what? Losses happen. I did everything literally to the T. I dotted all my I's, all that. And I still took a loss, but hey, you know what? The market, there is no such thing as a guarantee. There's no such thing as holy grail. So losses happen. So, all right, it is what it is. Let's circle back to that first one, though. When you kind of do something stupid that causes a loss, or you feel like, you're just upset at yourself, frustrated, that can spark the whole, well, you know what? I'm going to keep on trading because I want to get this right. So let's think about this. I'm not saying that you are going in there with the mentality of like a revenge trader of, I'm so mad, I'm going to go get it back right now. No, it's, I screwed up. That was not good. Okay, I need to, let's just keep at it. And let's just let's keep plowing forward, and I'm going to trade right now. So it's a noble attitude. There's nothing wrong with that. However, the one thing that a lot of people overlook is that usually starts to happen right here during what portion? The afternoon. So now you are out there. Like I said, it's already started at bad because as we established, this is assuming you're upset at everything. And then you go out there and you try to, do everything according to the rules, and you try to spot, and you're applying. Like I said, none of this is based out of spiteful revenge trading or anything like that. You are trying, but because of the function of the time of day you are trading, things can go off the track very, very quickly because now you're trying to, pull profits from the market in what really is not the most ideal setting. Again, generally speaking, maybe there's some strategy out there as a day trader where you're like, yeah, this is my prime time territory. I need to avoid that. But as a whole, especially for me, the morning session is where it's at for me. And if I go and try to trade in the afternoon, now can I have? Yeah, of course. But What a lot of newer people are not aware of is this is just a whole nother monster out there. That's a whole nother ball game. And that's how where things can, oh yeah, things are bad. And all of a sudden, wow, now I'm taking even more losses. And now maybe that feeling of revenge trading comes in, and the worst, just keeps getting worse, and things just spin out of control. And the crazy part, the ironic part, the cruel part of kind of the markets is, what you're doing may still have worked like a charm during the prime time, because that's kind of when your strategy more so, it works. But because you're doing everything else, but it's just the afternoon context, like I said, things can go off the track very, very quickly. So how do things go from bad to worse? Well, at points, it has nothing to do with your strategy other than the context of when are you deploying your strategy. And if your strategy is built more for the dynamics of a prime time versus afternoon, that is how things are gonna get really worse. Even if you're sitting there saying, but I followed all my rules, and how do I have even a bigger loss now? If I had to guess, my guess would be it has something to do with you probably trying to get out there in the afternoon where it's just a chop fest and things aren't nearly as smooth as what they normally are. So just be aware of it, kind of just an FYI, something that I've learned, something that I, continually need to be aware of. Because yeah, of course I take losses, and when I take a loss, you want to get back out there. But sometimes getting back out there, if that's pushing you into this session, it's something you need to be very aware and very careful of. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.